8:30 in the morning. It's the 10th day of August 2022. It's about 64 degrees and sunny here at Site B. And yes, that is the kitten. That's Steve the kitten, the new OGGM cat. The old OGGM cat is still around, but this is Steve. He is a kitten. He's incredibly cute. And yes, I am blatantly using this kitten to shill my vlog. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. The kitten wants you to subscribe. Subscribe. Look how cute it is. Subscribe. All right, what's up? It is I, the OGGM. I really need to stop messing around with this camera because it's a piece of crap. And it's Wednesday in most corners of the world, which means it's time to take a look at all the crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end. You still have a chance to support these. So if anything I talk about sounds interesting, you can head on over to your friendly local game store and ask them to look into it for you. Or you could head to your favorite crowdfunding Kickstarter site. Remember, now there's more than one. And invest. As always, when I talk about these, I might be a little harsh on these, and I apologize if anybody is offended or if I upset any of the creators, but money is tight, and kickstarting is expensive, and there's no guarantee. So before you invest your money, you might want to hear my opinion on the product. But as always, I'm an idiot, so take anything I say with a grain of salt and make up your own mind. All right. Moving on, from a company called Roll for Combat, we have for D&D 5th edition Battle Zoo Eldamon Monster Training and Year of Monsters. 199 is the most popular pledge for this. It's Pokemon for 5e, Monster, which has already been done. So we have Battle Zoo Eldamount, Battle Zoo Strange and Unusual, and Battle Zoo Ancestries Year of the Monsters. So basically, this is a Pokemon setting type thing where for 5e, for $200. Yeah, no. From Catalyst, we have Cute Creatures Compendium for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is an $18 the most popular pledge. And it's a book of new monsters for 5e, all of which somebody might consider cute, and others might consider nightmare fuel. So for $18, you can get a book of 5e monsters that are cute. Really? Because there's not enough? You know, there's already like pixie dragons and flumps and just normal everyday cats and dogs in 5e, so why do I need a book for new cute monsters? And really, whose definition is cute? Because at least almost every one of these I'm looking at in the picture are nightmare fuel. So yeah, no, use your imagination. From Larsenesis Designs, we have the Game Master's Apprentice Cyberpunk Day. This is a system-neutral RPG collection of cards. $10 is the most popular pledge. It's 120 cards with cyberpunk story prompts on them. So you draw a card, it's got numerous ideas on them, and then you twin them together to come up with a cyberpunk thing. I do like story prompt ideas. $10 is reasonable, but again, also it's, story prompt things are so easy to get online for free. So I'm iffy on that one, but $10 is reasonable. For the product, for the minimum pledge. It just depends what I get for my minimum pledge, I guess. Do I get a deck of cards, or are they just something else? I'm 50-50 on that one. From Sword Compass Creations, we have Deep and Dangerous 5e. This is a $13 sourcebook for 5e, which provides you with new information on how to run the Underdark, because there's not enough books that have already done this. Really, if you can find a copy of Veins of the Deep, which is over on Necronautic Gnome, I think, that's probably one of the best books about the Underdark. Other than that, there's a bunch of books that have already been done. So $13 is pretty reasonable, but it's something that's already been done to death. I mean, there's already a ton of 5e books out there about dungeon dwelling and Underdark dwelling. And really, if you can find Veins of the Earth, that's still the best that I'm aware of. So 60-40 on this one. 13 is a real reasonable price. From Isagram Creations, we have Twilight Fables. This is a D&D source book. $15 is the most popular pledge. It brings dirty, gritty, folklore, Grimm's fairy tale type stuff with over 200 new monsters to your 5e adventures. Because remember, you don't have enough imagination to come up with this stuff on your own. So these guys wanted you to do it for you. $15 is a reasonable price. 200 monsters to give a more dark and gritty folklore type thing. You know, there's a lot of 5e stuff out there that seems to want to be dark and gritty and, you know, low magic, high hardcore type stuff. So is there a need or a desire or a market to take 5e in that direction, to do things with 5e that Wizards of the Coast is not doing? Can 5e grow past Wizards of the Coast to become something as influential as the OGL was? Well, based upon the sales, which is something we'll get into in a separate vlog, yes, I think it is. Is this something you absolutely need? 60-40 on this one as well. From Fugitive Shambles, we have Rhine. This is for a Powered by the Apocalypse. This is $40. This is the most popular pledge. It's a fantasy setting based sort of on Princess Mononoke, Earthsea, and Shadow of the Colossus. $40 for a fantasy setting using Powered by the Apocalypse. No. From Jerry Joe Seltzer, we have Shipwrecks of the Astral Sea. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition sourcebook. Most popular pledge is $12. This gives you 100 pages of space-based astral planes spelljammer type stuff, including shipwrecks, maps, story driving things, other stuff like that. So if you're planning on running Spelljammer and you want a book of new space-based shipwrecks, this could be it. $12 seems pretty reasonable. But again, we'd have to see Spelljammer first, or some of the other alternate takes at Spelljammer that several of the 5e third-partiers are making. $12 for only 7 maps. That's, considering a map averages about $9 a pop, that is very reasonable. And I do love shipwrecks and pirates, so 80% on that one. From Oberois Books, we have The Fallen Few, an OSR role-playing game. $75 is the most popular pledge, where you join it. It's a game about joining a motorcycle play club and running the roads. An OSR game about being in a motorcycle game. This is obviously by the same people who seem to think that people want a role-playing game about working in a restaurant, or people want a role-playing game where they play Target employees. Is there a market for a role-playing game about guys in a motorcycle club driving around and, I guess, controlling their territory and doing crime? And I'm sorry, no. From KRD Designs, for Morkborg / Cyborg, we have a adventure called Forbidden Psalms Kill Sample Process. That is the entire name. Forbidden Psalms Kill Sample Process for Cyborg. This is a core rule book. $34 is a most popular pledge. It brings 28 millimeter miniature rules to Cyborg / Morkborg. So if you ever wanted to do a cyberpunk 28mm miniatures game using the Morkborg rules, because apparently there's a market for that. I don't know how you would do a cyberpunk themed 28mm miniatures game. How many cyberpunk themed figures are there out there that you could build a cyberpunk themed army without just going to get, mechs and stuff from another game. And at that point, why don't I just play Malhavoc or War Machine? No. I'm sorry, no. That's it for this week's PDFs. If any of those sound like something you're interested in, go to your favorite Kickstarter, because remember, there are more than one, and invest in them. Or ask your friendly local game store to look into them for you. So this week, we have a Pokemon 5e. No. We have a collection of cute creatures, which actually a lot look like Nightmare Fuel. So no. We have Cyberpunk system neutral RPG cards to give you story prompts, maybe, but that's something that's already available online for free. We've got a book about the Underdark. There are better books that have already been done. Just try and find a copy of Veins of the Earth. So no. Twilight Fables. I'm going to have to keep monitoring this third-party 5e and the direction these games seem to be going. So obviously there is a market out there, or at least people think there are, for taking 5e in directions that Wizards of the Coast never intended it to go, which means it has the potential to be the new OGL and do all the sorts of great things about the OGL. Because say what you will about the OGL and what happened during those years, a lot of great stuff came out of it. On the other hand, is this something you really need for 5e? So, yeah, man. Powered by the Apocalypse, Fantasy, no. Shipwrecks of the Astral Sea, yeah, maybe. A role-playing game where you play members of a motorcycle gang, no. A 25mm miniatures game inspired by Cyborg and Morkborg, that just play Malhavoc, no. All right, so that's it. Those are my opinions, but there are my opinions, and do not take them for actual fact, because I haven't actually seen any of these. Make up your own mind. Again, if any of those sound interesting to you, look into them. Or don't. I appreciate you watching me either way. Till next, and if you're one of the developers of these games and don't like me saying no, you could send me a free copy of your game to review, and I might change my mind. You never know. I could. Either way, you get some free advertising, so yeah, you should send me copies of your game. Yeah. Subscribe to my vlog. I will talk to you later.